Hi everyone, my name is Master David from Imperial Harvest. Today I've got my client Eugene with me. He's from PropNext. So Eugene, would you like to do an introduction about yourself to our audience?
Hi, I'm Eugene Ng, and I'm a property agent from PropNext, and I also own multiple businesses.
So Eugene, remember vividly you came on board as our client in November 2020. Back then you were not a property agent. So would you like to share a bit about your profession in the past?
I used to be a MOE teacher. After that, I exited MOE and I started to venture into my own businesses. That's when I'm also doing my full-time PhD. That's when I asked you for a lot of advices as well.
Yeah.
So along the way, I start to pick up property as one of my career as well.
Eugene, would you like to share with our audience how did you get started on your Imperial Harvest journey? When did you get to know us and why you decided to come on board as a client?
Okay, I first came across Imperial Harvest over paid advertisement and I decided to come down for a consultation. Yeah, so I managed to have a talk with Master David and the journey continues from there. I also have seen a lot of positive testimonial online, so I decided to give Imperial Harvest a try because I've met many different masters and I really find Imperial Harvest unique.
So what prompted you to take the step with Imperial Harvest? Because I could recall that your first pendant with us was this particular Zodiac Guardian pendant. And then what prompted you to take that step with the leap of faith?
Definitely, I want to improve whatever I'm having back then. So what I read online was normal Feng Shui master would tell you what to avoid. But for Imperial Harvest, it actually do the reverse. So based on the situation I have, you're able to come up with some strategies or remedies to improve the situation. So I thought it's quite different from the rest and I decided to give it a try.
So back then, Eugene, I could recall that you were focusing on your real estate exams when you first met us. And then after that, you managed to pass your exam and you started your property journey. So after wearing the Zodiac Guardian, would you like to share with the audience what kind of results have you experienced after wearing it?
I think the most important thing is to pass the exam. Yeah, so I recall I was taking out the course, the RES course, and I'll be taking my exams in the next, I think, 1 to 2 months. Yeah, and as most people have known, the passing rate is actually quite low, and I managed to pass both papers on the first try.
Oh, that's really wonderful. And also, in your first year as a real estate agent, despite juggling with the different priorities in your life, how did your first year of your real estate career turn out in 2021?
It was quite pleasant actually because back then when I was working in the education line, I was earning like maybe close to 100k. Yeah, but when I eventually started my property agent in 2021, so in a short span of 9 months, I actually doubled my income as compared to what I used to earn back when I was as a full-time teacher.
I also remember in 2021, you also came back to acquire the Imperial Harvest Dark Earth Agar Wood on your wrist as well. So would you like to share with our audience, after you acquire the Dark Earth Agar Wood to expand your wealth capacity, what sort of miracles or good things that have happened to you in 2021 as well?
So 2021, I managed to double my income. So despite me being very new in the industry, I start to have my first 2 associates. So it was pretty fast for a newcomer. Yeah, who has just maybe 9 months into the industry.
That's also the purpose of Imperial Harvest Dark Earth Agar Wood as well, which is to help you to attract more benefactors. And I think also evident from Eugene's personal experience, how he has doubled his income, right, in 2021. This also shows the power of this Imperial Harvest Dark Earth Agar Wood as well. And I think, Eugene, in 2022, you also made a life-changing decision to start to do your house feng shui. We installed this Qianlong Jadeite Mountain because you came to see us and you told us in 2022 you hope to hit your PropNext millionaire. So that was the mandate given to us. So would you like to share with the audience what happened in your real estate career?
Eventually in 2022, I managed to hit PropNext millionaire. So if I recall, I think total number of millionaires was about 30. And I'm actually humbled to be one of them. And I think something that I experienced is, for example, from a listing in a condo in a particular project, there's a lot of referrals. And eventually I sold 13 units in the same project.
When it comes to the Qianlong Jadeite Mountain, that's also the purpose of installing it, because the whole idea is to bring in even more powerful benefactors. This is why Imperial Harvest, when it comes to bringing Feng Shui, we want to make sure that we take in a very holistic assessment of the client's situation so that the kind of remedy that we implemented will be powerful and potent for the purpose. Also in 2022, I could also recall that we also recommended you the Imperial White Inkstone to strengthen your power and your authority. How do you think that has helped you in your real estate transactions as well as your recruitment of agents as well?
Recruitment definitely doubled through referrals again. Yeah, because I did not do any form of marketing of myself. All my associates who join me are through referrals.
In 2022, after we installed the Chinlong Jadak Mountain as well as the Imperial White Inkstone, how do you find your new launch sales coming? Because I think back then in your first year as a real estate agent,
Yeah.
there wasn't much of a new launch clock by yourself. So how do you think after we installed the Chinlong Jadak Mountain, how do you think that has helped you?
Definitely in terms of the numbers, in terms of the new launches, I of course start to see myself closing more new launch. But importantly, most of the clients that I actually work with, it was a two-in-one. That means I will be helping them to offload their property and help them to acquire their property as well. Yeah, so it was a lot easier than meeting maybe 50 unique individuals as compared to 25 families.
And then, Eugene, I could also recall that you came back again, right,
Yeah.
in February 2023, and you start to acquire your Imperial Harvest crystal to activate the Water Star. So, as the audience who are familiar with Imperial Harvest, you will know that the Mountain Star governs the benefactor and the Water Star governs the wealth. So, after installing the Crystal Laughing Buddha in your house, how do you find your sales in that particular year itself?
So for 2023 and even 2024, the market was sort of like stagnant or going down. So it was really, very tough for a lot of realtors. But luckily, with the help of Feng Shui, I still managed to maintain my sales, and eventually I still managed to maintain my title as a prom next millionaire.
Again, this is also a testament how Imperial Feng Shui has helped clients like Eugene to successfully thrive in any real estate markets and conditions. I also noticed that you have also managed to hit a couple of platinums and super platinums as well. So how many platinums have you hit this year and super platinum as well?
So as of this year, I managed to hit 5 platinums. So in terms of my sales, I think it was also faster as compared to my previous years. So in terms of associates, I think this year was really a breakthrough. So I'm leading a team of close to 20.
So Eugene, over the years, you have also referred a number of your associates, friends, your family members to consult Imperial Harvest. How do you find your associates growing with Imperial Harvest so far?
Personally, they have shared with me their journey with Imperial Harvest as well, and it was a pleasant one. And personally, I have witnessed them grow in terms of their families are happy, and in terms of work, they are actually part-time routers. So I can see them actually clocking 6-digit income a year, more than the average of what an agent typically earns, and also more than double of actually what they earn in their full-time job.
In terms of client support, so far you have been with us for 4 years. What would you say to our audience about Imperial Harvest customer service support when it comes to your real estate career so far?
I would say if you do have anything, be it big or small, you can always come to Master David, because I can ask him simple things like when to post a listing, to important things like, okay, maybe for my businesses, how do I scale up? And Master David always never fails to reply, and it was quite quick. Within half an hour, I'll get his reply already.
So Eugene, what would you say about all the client servicing initiative that we have done for you so far, from the auspicious date selection all the way through to the traveling horse activation? How do you think all these different initiatives have helped you in your real estate career so far?
So for my clients, quite a number of them actually do believe in Feng Shui. I will always recommend Master David, and I think something different from Imperial Harvest as compared to the other masters around is they always talk about something that you cannot do. But whereas for Imperial Harvest, he's always talking about, okay, given the set of circumstances, how we can do to improve the situation, which is I think something that benefit my real estate career as well, because instead of my clients saying no, they actually work with Master David to improve and make changes to whatever circumstances that they are in. Yeah, so this of course definitely leads to more closing.
Eugene, maybe I will cite one example, with the auspicious date selection for the posting of your listing. How do you think that has helped you in your real estate career so far?
In terms of the viewerships, it's a lot. So maybe I can share. So for some listings that I find it challenging to offload, so that means to say the property has been there for more than 3 months. So I will consult Master David, and Master David always take his time down to make a site visit and recommendation to the place. Within the next month, the unit will be gone.
what Eugene have shared just now is about the activation of the traveling horse. So Imperial Harvest, what we usually do for clients, like Eugene, especially when they're in a real estate career, whenever they encounter any challenges when it comes to selling their properties, we have always gone the extra mile to assist clients like Eugene to make sure that they will be able to successfully transact their property within the next 1 month. So Eugene, what would you say to people who are still considering whether they should join Imperial Harvest?
I think you can always talk to Master David because the first time consultation is always free. That's when you get a first-hand experience to understand yourself better.
I think when it comes to working with every client, this is something very important to us as well, because when we work with our client, it's very important that we take time to understand their situation, which is why Imperial Harvest, we offer complimentary consultation to every single new clients who want to come through the door of Imperial Harvest. And this consultation comes with no obligation to purchase. Most important thing, it is our commitment to understand the client's situation, to make sure that we evaluate their parts chart thoroughly, personally through me, myself, and to make sure that every client understand what needs to be done to their chart so that they can accomplish the goals that they desire. Eugene, so what other goals do you have that you wish to also accomplish with Imperial Harvest as well?
Hope to maintain my millionaire. Of course, I'm getting more associates to join me in this business. Something notable is actually most of them are actually part-time agents, just like me when I first started, and they managed to clock in 6-digit figures.
I think this is also a testament of how Eugene have managed to meet a lot of different benefactors, from clients or all the way through to associates. He have always met great people, competent people, capable people, and people who have also consistently assisted him in his career growth and his progression. Would you have any last words to say to our audience, before we end this interview?
I always say Master David is very friendly. They can just come down for a free consultation, and there's actually no obligations to buy at all. So if you are looking to improve your life, so for me, I double my sales, I triple my sales, having more associates. So you can always find Master David for a consultation.
Thank you, Eugene, for participating in this Imperial Harvest Stories, and also like to thank our audience for watching this particular episodes. And I look forward to seeing you in the next Imperial Harvest Stories.